Well, Abraham Lincoln, a liberal? That's what one Common Core aligned math curriculum is set to teach your kids. Take a look. In a recommended link to Lincoln's biography, which is supposed to provide key facts about him, it lists his religion as liberal. Joining us now with her take on this is the executive director of the Eagle Forum, Glynn Wright. Good morning, Glynn. Certainly something shocking to see when kids are supposed to be learning history. Oh, but wait, this occurred under a math curriculum course, is this correct?
Right. You know, this is just more evidence of the poor quality of education found with the Common Core. And even if this were conservative rhetoric, we would still be opposed, because the root of our opposition lies in the fact that this is a top-down, federally controlled approach to education. It has started with standards that have already led to national testing, which will soon lead to a national curriculum. Can you imagine if these were mandated even to our good teachers?
But why are these topics, and we're going to go through them in a minute, starting with Lincoln, going to Reagan, fairness of elections, why are these being introduced in math classes? Let's start there.
Right. That's a good question, especially when this administration and the business community continually call for more American students to be focused on STEM jobs, jobs in the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We already know that American students are lagging behind the international community, and the Common Core assuredly puts them at least 2 years behind by 9th grade and even further behind in high school. So why we're focusing and politicizing the classroom is really a good question.
I want to make an important point because of the outrage surrounding the liberal reference to Lincoln's religion there. That site took that out under fire, but they replaced it with nothing. If parents aren't speaking up about this type of curriculum, what are our kids left to learn?
Right, and this is the problem. Across the nation, liberals and conservatives are united, the grassroots are united in opposition to Common Core, yet the political elites, even in the states, the governors, even our most conservative governors, as well as the state legislatures, are ignoring them, essentially. You know, they'll pay lip service to it, but not one of them has assuredly led their state out of the Common Core.
Glenn, another example was Reagan. The bio in the text read, in 1982, as the economy declined into the worst recession in 40 years, the president's popularity slipped and support for supply-side economics failed. No mention there of the economic boom, 1983 to 1989. Why?
Right, and that's another good question. It seems like the creator of this lesson needed an actual history lesson, but more than that, the question is, who is controlling the messaging? And under Common Core, it's the federal government, and it's the big corporations that actually hold the copyright to the Common Core.
Also, in terms of the math lesson, they're talking about the 2000 election. The lesson was titled, "How Could That Happen?" in quote. That's how they're blanketing their lesson. Parents have an absolute right to be outraged here, correct?
It's true. You know, if these standards are so rigorous and internationally benchmarked, why are we talking about political fairness when our students should be learning math?
Well, and in those math classes, we've heard before, too, that, you know, 9 plus 3 can equal 11 at times, and apparently President Lincoln's religion was liberal. Understandably why those grades are slipping when this is what's being taught. You know, if parents are out there right now, what's your advice to them? What are they to do when they realize this is being taught, and how much more closely do they need to examine curriculum?
Right. You know, Eagle Forum, our organization, has been fighting in the public policy arena for decades, and we are organized along with many other groups that are fighting this in the states. So find the organized opposition and get involved and continue to sound the gong, going to your state legislators, to your governors, the State Board of Education, and reminding them that you want control restored to the states. They need to reclaim their sovereignty and quit depending on the federal government to tell them what to do with their states, especially in education.
Glynn Wright from the Eagle Forum, we thank you for being with us. Curriculum burned in a hole in a lot of people's core today. Thank you.